Hello! I am here to share with you my 10-month carnivore update, and that's so exciting for me. Like, it still sometimes hit me like, whoa, I've been eating this way for the last 10 months. So let's jump right into it. I'm feeling great, and I have to say that something really clicked for me this month. Like, previous months I shared with you, my ups and downs, and there were certain weeks where I was just like, killing the game. And then there were other times where I fell off the bandwagon for like, a specific treat or something. But this month I was just so like intentional, and I have to say that as I went throughout the months I didn't have as many moments of like falling off the bandwagon, right? But I have to say that this month I feel like something really clicked for me, because of the entire coronavirus pandemic and all of us having to just stay at home for extended periods of time. I really was faced with just the question of, do I eat to live or do I live to eat? Because as I mentioned in I think my 9-month update, I mentioned just this idea of not slipping into old habits, right? And I think that it's so easy in moments of crisis to use food as a comfort and to overeat and to eat the wrong foods. And for me, like, I have just been in such a good space because like it is totally like a game changer. The way you eat, I don't care what anyone says, totally impacts your mood. It really, really does. And I think because I'm not seeing food as a source of just like, oh, this is what's gonna bring me joy, and this is what's gonna bring me comfort. Like, I'm good. I am eating to live and not living to eat. And I have been able to just be consistent with just consuming the right things for my body. And I really feel like that has really helped me, even in the midst of all of this, to just keep my emotions in check and not to be like all over the place. And, I keep on mentioning this because it is an important part of my life. Like, my faith in God is definitely an important part of my life. And I also feel like God gives you the wisdom. It's not just like, oh, God, pray and keep me in peace. He gives us, right, the tools, and he expects us to do what we can on our end to create peace in our situation, right? Whether it's through the foods that we eat and, our relationships and just our attitudes. So I can't deny that eating the right way has really helped to keep me just calm. Like, it really, really has made a difference. So for that, I was just really happy because, I'm listening to people talk and they're like, oh my goodness, since we've been at home, I've gained all this weight and I'm just eating all this junk. And I feel good to know that that is not my story. And listen, if you've slipped back, I'm not here to say, hey, give me a gold star and thumbs down for you. That's not the point at all. If you've fallen off the bandwagon, I want to encourage you, get back on. Like, it's okay. Like, I've had moments where I fell down. It just so happened that this month was a good month for me. So just want to encourage you, don't beat yourself up and don't listen to what I'm saying and then go, oh, whatever, it's no use. Like, try again. So anyway, with all that said, it's been really good for me to just really live in that space of just knowing that I eat to live and I'm not living to eat, So the other thing is, we had some pretty life-altering things happen in our family. And I'm going to explain how this connects with, the carnivore diet and why I'm happy that I'm doing the carnivore diet. So my 10-year-old son, we have 6 children, and my 10-year-old son was recently diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And you can click on the link above to hear like the full details of all that happened. But the short of it is that while we were in the hospital, I was just fuming. I was really upset with just the food options and some of the even advice that they were giving me. And, their mindset is like, oh, it's type 1 diabetes. Just let him eat whatever he wants and just give him the insulin to cover it because, whatever. And my mind was just blown. And, for me, I'm like, I know better. And I'm gonna go into this into another video, just talking about his journey and how we plan to approach all of this. But I was just, again, blown away with just the advice that they were giving us from a nutritional standpoint. And while I was in the hospital, just like looking over the menu, I'm just like, Lord, this is just horrible. This is absolutely horrible. And for the 4 days that we were there, I ended up most of the time just ordering you know, the little burger patties and hard-boiled eggs because it was safe. There was no seasonings and it was a hard-boiled egg, so it was just safe. So I ate that for the 4 days, which I think is kind of one of the benefits for the carnivore diet, is that, you know, there's not a lot of fuss that's involved in it. Now, as far as my son is concerned, as I've mentioned before, I, prior to this, was feeding my family low carb meals probably 85% of the time. And knowing what I know, I definitely plan to kind of just take it up a notch in terms of the quantity of low carb meals that I plan to feed them, even though the doctors are just totally like against it. But again, I'll talk about that in another video. So in any case, things are going well for me. I'm enjoying it. I plan to continue. I have not returned yet to get blood work to see and to pinpoint or to confirm whether or not I really have lupus, or to figure out what the specific autoimmune issue is. But in the meantime, I don't have any aches and pains and I feel wonderful. So until I can get to the doctor, I'm gonna remain prayerful and just continue to eat this way. So that is all that I had to share. And I do also want to add, just a second, I am recording. All right, so I do want to add, you know, those of you that's been following me for a while, that you've noticed that I haven't been uploading you know, what I eat in a day videos on a weekly basis, because I just feel like it's gotten redundant because my menu really hasn't changed. So I may sporadically put that in, but I don't know that I want to do it on a consistent basis. So, but yeah, that is all that I had to share with you for my 10-month carnivore update. All right, you be blessed.